Hey, this is Nick, and what's on tap today? Foam control. So there's a few things you can do to help control foam. Number one thing, the length of line you have running on your liquid disconnect to your tap. A lot of people will end up with 3, 2, even 1 foot of line. That's a recipe for foam. There's a lot of turbulence generated here, and all that turbulence kicks CO2 out of suspension. And so if you have your tap right here, you're gonna end up with a ton of foam. Another thing you can do to help keep your beer foam free is keep your beer relatively cold. The warmer your beer is, the more the CO2 is gonna wanna come out of suspension, and the more foam you're gonna get at the tap end. If you do end up with foamy beer, whether the keg is too charged or something else, and there's actually too much CO2 in suspension in the beer, you can always gently pull on your PRV, your pressure relief valve. Now there is a little bit of debate on this topic as to whether or not you should actually pull on this PRV. At the end of the day, a pint, 99% foam versus a pint of full beer with a little bit less aroma is probably better. If you're having a lot of trouble with foam in your beer, one of the other things you can take a look at is Perlic's Flow Control Faucet. It's back-seated to prevent dripping, but what it has is a constriction. You can actually constrict how much flow of beer is coming through just the faucet. So, if you have a beer with high carbonation, you need to keep that beer on high pressure all the way through the tap line. In order to not get a geyser of beer coming out the tap, you can actually constrict the flow so that the beer comes out slower out the faucet than it is in the lines. So that way you can keep your beer with a lot of pressure, keep that CO2 in suspension in the line, and then when you open your valve, you don't end up with a jet. It just comes out at a normal, healthy rate.